Hey, what's up? My name is Jonathan Fink, and this is my audiobook series. Up next, we have Spirits of the Gridiron, Volume 1, Chapter 15, The Cow Tippers. It was the last night of Hell Week for the pledges of Sigma Pi Mu. Their final task? Cow tipping. The brothers had pre-partied with the pledges earlier that evening, and Beck found it odd how warm and friendly the pledge master, Brett Castillo, was acting, especially for the end of Hell Week. At midnight, Brett told the pledges to meet him at his pickup truck in 5 minutes, parked outside. Fueled by legends and internet lore, Beck and his pledge brothers piled into the bed of the truck, blasting music and giggling like children. They found a pasture a mile away from campus. It was dark, really dark. 10 pledges hopped a fence. They located their first cow, Success. Except the cow was lying down. The others, further away, standing under the moonlight, were definitely not unconscious. Just chillin', and very much aware. That's when the pledges learned a few things. Cows are heavy, like 1,000 pounds heavy. Cows are fast when spooked. And there's always a bull. He will defend his ladies. They learned the hard way. The bulls charged. A stampede followed. Snorting, furious cows sprinting through the darkness. Beck and his pledge brothers ran for their lives, scratched, muddy, and rethinking everything. Back at the truck, they collapsed into the bed, exhausted and humiliated. When they arrived at the fraternity house, the brothers roared with laughter. The pledges were told they had failed and would have to try again. The second attempt, though, turned failure into fate. Beck and the others returned to the same farm, shivering from nerves and cold. The grass was damp. The cows, indifferent. Frustrated, one of the pledges kicked over a pile of dung in the final act of rebellion, and there it was. Wild mushrooms, glowing faintly, tingled in violet and gold. Dared by delirium and bound by brotherhood, they each took one. What followed wasn't madness, it was revelation. Time bent. Stars danced like fireflies. Beck saw a football field stretched across the cosmos. Players in golden uniforms spiraled through the sky like angels. And high above it all, glowing in white light, the face of his grandfather. The vision burned itself into Beck's memory. He awoke hours later, his mind alight with clarity and confusion. No one can fully explain what they saw, but they all agreed it meant something. Something bigger than football. Something divine. The next evening, after the rituals ended and the Sigma Pi Mu brothers finally welcomed them into the fraternity with cheers and beers, Beck sat with his pledged brothers on the back porch of the house. They didn't say much. The young men were mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausted, so they just passed around a bottle of whiskey quietly and watched the campus lights shimmer. End of chapter 15. Up next, chapter 16, The Buddhist Temple. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this chapter, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed it, please subscribe. You guys take care. God bless.